How many times has this happened to you? It's your day off and you thought, well, the car's either broken or there's something I want to do to the car or I want to make a modification, I might as well do it. So you wake up a little bit earlier or you start on the car, maybe 12 PM, something like that. The nights are drawing in, but you still work on the car, maybe 4 or 5 PM, whatever. You run into troubles, you run into problems, rounded bolts, maybe that DIY you printed off the forums or Facebook isn't working out for you, and now you're stuck and it's dark. So what's the first thing you do? You grab your phone and you turn on the torch when you run out of light, and you get about that much light. And we're working under the bonnet here, so it's not too bad. So for example, look at the fuse panel here, that's lighting up fine, but if you want to look at the rest of the engine, it's not really great. It only lights up a few points at a time. Your phone's obviously fragile. If you drop it, and you will drop it, even with a case on, your phone will get dirty, oily, and it's just horrible. Yeah, so the better solution than that is paying £40 and getting something like this. Look at that. Now that's the sort of light you need to be working on with a car. So this is the DEWALT cordless LED inspection lamp. It's part of the 18V XR lithium ion series, and it's just a LED light that uses DEWALT batteries. Now I know that sounds really basic and stupid, but how handy this thing is unbelievable. So basically, if you've got the 18V drills, impact drivers, jigsaws, any of that stuff, you can use the batteries for that in this, and that is pretty much where this wins. You can, if you've got a few tools, then you'll have a lot of battery packs as well. If you've got spare battery packs, then this is an absolute winner. So at the front here we've got 3 LEDs, so 1, 2, 3, the on off button, which is like a trigger button, and then if we slide it around, it's fairly ruggedly made. It's got like a little hook at the top. There's heat sinks, I'm not sure if you can see that, but there's a fairly large heat sinks for the LED, which obviously keeps everything cool. And then round the back it's just much the same. One of the best things about this lamp as well, other than it being bright, is the ratcheting head. So if I leave like that, it'll stay. If I put it like that, it'll stay like that, which is fantastic. So if I turn it on, one click is full brightness, second click is half brightness, and third click is off. And we'll go see kind of how it illuminates things. So this is my office. There's a little bit of light coming from outside, you might be able to see that there, and a little bit of illumination coming from the PC there, but other than that, I think you could agree it's pretty dark. I think it's even darker on camera than what it is in real life. So if we put the DEWALT light on, that's how much it makes it brighter. It's a fair bit. I'm holding it pretty much in line with the camera here, and if I turn it on half brightness, it goes to that, and if I turn it off, so it's that again. So it's that versus that. Obviously it's a lot brighter, and it gives you a lot more of a spread than your phone camera, your phone light rather. Your phone light only lights up little kind of bits at a time. Let's actually compare that to the phone camera light. Okay, let's try the flashlight on the camera, or the torch rather. So that's on my Galaxy S8. That's the light there. I mean, it's decent for a phone, I mean, you can't deny that, but when you're working on a car, it's not really great. So let's compare that versus the DEWALT. So that's the phone, that's it off, that's the phone on, moving it about, not much. And let's pick up the DEWALT again, turn DEWALT on, look at that. Now that's much better. And you can see the light is bright. It'll go as far back as that, so it doesn't go 90 degrees that way, but that'll illuminate the ceiling or whatever like that. And if you are wanting it the other way, it'll ratchet down and stay like that. This is really handy for working on cars, DIY as well. For example, the other day I changed a light switch, and just having this there is really handy. The main thing as well is the chargeable batteries though, because if you've ever had some of the floodlights with the chargeable batteries, let's say you're working on the car, your floodlight starts to flash, okay, that means the battery's going to die. So you plug it in to charge, and it's going to take 4-5 hours to recharge again. The good thing with this one is, if you've got a few of these DEWALT 18V batteries, like I do, I think I've got 4 or 5 of them, you keep them on the charger and pull it out, stick it in. This 1.5 amp hour battery does maybe an hour, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more, just depending. And that's loads of time. And I've always got other ones on the charge, so this will flash twice to let you know it's starting to run out, and then within about 10-15 minutes of it flashing, it'll flash more continuously, and then it'll just die. But then yeah, you just stick the batteries on the charger, take your fresh battery out, plug it in, and that's it done. That's honestly where I think this thing's amazing, because it is 40 quid, and that's a lot of money for a torch. It's not really a tool that's really helping you do anything. I understand when you're buying tools, you want something that does something. But honestly, I use this all the time, and it is fantastic. Honestly, it's like one of the best things I use all the time. It's made working with cars easier. It's protected my phone, because my phone used to get oil on it, grease on it, used to get dropped. I'd always be wedging my phone in between suspension components to try and hold it. With this thing, like when I was changing the brakes the other day, it was fantastic. I just had it behind me. It illuminated my whole work area. I could see where all my tools were. Whereas when you got a phone, you're usually working a small bit, then you turn around, you can't find your tools. What a pain that is. Yeah, having this light is super handy. It's one of my first things that I grab now when I'm working on the car for anything. Let's just say, even if I'm working on the interior, I want to vacuum and it's dark outside, or I'm looking for the OBD2 port. This is probably one of the first things I grab. Before I used to use my phone, but this is just so much brighter. It's got more of a spread of a light, and it's just fantastic. And again, just with the rechargeable batteries, because when it's dying, you can just go grab another battery, plug it in, keep working. With those other floodlights with the batteries built in, you have to wait 3 hours, 2 hours, even sometimes longer, for them to recharge. If the battery goes on it, the whole kind of lamp's gone. And what rate do they charge as well? Whereas if you get a DEWALT charger with 2 ports or 3 ports, then you can charge 2-3 batteries at a time. And the more batteries you buy, it won't just work in your light, it'll work in your drill, it'll work in your impact driver, and it'll work in everything. So they really are fantastic. So this is fully recommended from me. Honestly, I think it's one of the best things you can get. I'm sure Makita will have one, or Milwaukee, or whatever like that. The only thing that annoys me about DEWALT is they don't have a battery powered ratchet just yet, but maybe in the future. But if you do have DEWALT drills and batteries, and you have the 18 volt stuff, I highly recommend you buy this.